What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Something. Hit the keys. Here today to bring you guys 7 free plugins. I just want to make sure before we get started, I hope you guys all have had a great holiday so far. Happy New Year to everyone, because we know what tonight is. And if you've seen this video after today, I hope you had a good New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Had a good night and everything like that. But let's go ahead and get right to these freebies. So the first freebie that I have for you guys today is for the Contact library. This one right here is called Drift-Free Sound Dust. It is just basically a piano, but the piano sounds pretty cool because it's got like a bunch of different things that you can do to the piano. So this is for the full version of Contact, but it does sound like this. So the piano sounds pretty dope to me because you can use it in a bunch of things, but you got different controls. And if you're wondering what each thing does, you can click over the knob right here and it'll tell you, where there's EQ, space, ADSR, so on and so forth, volume, so on and so forth. What makes this cool is you kind of got this like drift and this tremolo over here, which kind of changes things up. So let's go ahead and mess with that real quick. So you see that can make it sound a little bit dustier. You've got this drift depth and rate down here. So you can really start changing up the way this thing sounds. You've got different kind of reverbs over here. So you've got reverse, bounce, spring, effects, device, all kinds of different stuff. So that's pretty cool. You got some control over here over portamento. So like if I was to, so that's a cool feature to have on here, as along with this girth too as well. And then you also have, like I said, control over things over here, like pitch bend, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and just check out one more of these things, this bounce reverb. So yeah, with this piano, you can just do a whole bunch. I would definitely recommend checking this thing out. It is pretty solid. You can use it for lo-fi, R&B, trap, boom bap. You can use this thing for anything. All right, guys, and the second freebie that I have for you guys today, this one is for the Decent Sampler, and it is called Telephone Guitar. When you open up Telephone Guitar, it is going to look like this. The preset that I have going right now currently has like some static going on in the background, so I just muted it. I'm going to push play though, so you guys can kind of hear what this sounds like, and then I'm going to go through some of the different presets on this thing. So that's pretty cool how the guitar sounds. You got different finger styles, whether it's picked, muted, you know what I'm saying, harmonic, different styles. Pretty solid. You also get some effects with this thing right here. So you see you're going to get delay, you're going to get chorus, and you're going to get reverb, but you do get a bunch of different presets. So let's go ahead and just go through some of these presets so you can hear what they sound like. Excuse me. This one right here sounds pretty solid. Let's put some more reverb on here and see what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. I mean, so there's a bunch of presets in that thing. This thing is pretty solid. You know, I'd use this in a bunch of stuff. Same genres, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop, R&B, lo-fi. I'd probably use this in punk, rock, all kinds of different genres. I think this is a pretty decent little guitar. It could get the job done for you. All right, guys, the third freebie that I have for you guys today comes from Cradle State Machine, and this one's called Playtime. When you open up Playtime, it's going to look like this. It's basically what they would say is a bunch of, you know, childlike playtime sounds. So I used one of the sounds in there, this sound right here. I just used it in this little melody that I put together. So let me go ahead and unmute the melody real quick. So I just kind of used it like that with some drums, but this thing, you got all kinds of different sounds in here that you can mess with and that you can use. So let's go ahead and just go through a few of the presets real quick for you guys so that you guys can hear what some of them sound like. So yeah, you get a bunch of different sounds in there. You're gonna get different stuff that you can mess with, like chords. So you can mess with different chords and scales. So you hear how it's changing. I'm just pushing the same note down, but it's changing the way that chords go. And then we have scales over here we can mess with too. Then we have an arpeggiator that we can turn on here as well. We also have stuff down here we can mess with, like EQ, bit crusher, delay, speaker, reverb, all that stuff. We can mess with it underneath the hood, which, you know, makes that pretty solid. Go ahead and go back home. But you just have different stuff that you can mess with. So this is a pretty solid little, you know what I'm saying, rompler / synthesizer. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad at all. You know, you can mess with this and get some pretty dope sounds, that's for sure. And the fourth free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from Somerville Prototype. They just dropped Soft Drums Lite. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. As we see here, we get a bunch of different drums we can use. So they're just like soft drums. So a bunch of good drum sounds. I did kind of use it in a melody real quick with the beat and everything. I played it for you guys just a second ago, but I'll just play the drums first. So it's pretty solid little plugin. You know, you're just going to get some drums with it. You know what I'm saying? The drums all do sound pretty decent. Let's go ahead and switch to a different preset. As you see here, you get control over a filter. You're going to get saturation. This is probably reverb, and this is like slam. So I'm assuming that this is some kind of processing, some kind of parallel processing. And I feel like that just adds a little bit of distortion on there. But this is a pretty cool plugin. If you just need some drums, you can grab this bad boy and get to work with them right away. All right, guys, the 5th freebie that I have for you guys today is only going to be free until today is over. So if you're seeing this on New Year's Eve and you didn't grab this yet, you'll be able to grab it. Some of these others might be limited time to only, so just grab them when you can. But I know that this one right here is only going to be free for today. It's the last day. This one is by Lifeline Expanse, and it is basically their dirt module. So you can get this dirt module. It's got a bunch of different stuff in here. So you've got tube, you've got tape, you've got rectify, and you've got fuzz for different kinds of saturation types, or just to add some kind of dirt or grime. They also give you a bunch of different presets over here that you can run through, which is pretty solid. So, you know, you can't complain about that. Over here, you get control over main and advanced. So on the main page, you'll just get control over the drive, the tone, and the mix. But then if you hit this advanced button, you get a little more control over like dynamics and smooth. And then you can also control like the gain and the actual effect where it's affecting different bands in your mix. So I'm just gonna throw this on those drums real quick so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. But here's with those drums before I put the dirt module on there. All right, now if I throw it on, it's gonna sound like. So I'll go through a few of the different models for you so you can hear them. Here's what the tape's gonna sound like. I'll turn it down to start. I'll go to rectify. And then we'll go to the last module, which is fuzz. Fuzz will tear that up for you. But you know, like I say, they got a whole bunch of different stuff here. I would normally put this on a bus, but I just put it on the master track. I just wanted you guys to hear what it sounds like. So I'll play this, I guess, with some other stuff in here too. I'll play this with some bass guitar and all that other stuff, and I'll let you just hear what the module sounds like on other stuff. So this is what this little melody sounds like. All right, so now if we add some of these models in, we'll add tube in first, and we'll just drive the mix up a little bit. So you can see this thing's gonna add a lot of saturation to your sound and give it a little more oomph, you know, to your beat and your melody and all that, or your beat, your melodies, your drums, your bass, everything like that. So I would just recommend not overdoing it with this one, but this is another one I would recommend going to grab because it's a pretty solid tool. All right, guys, and the 6th freebie that I have for you guys today, this one comes from Acoustica. It looks like they just dropped a free version to their Thing 1, and it's called Thing 2 or TH2. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So as we see here, one solid thing about this is that you didn't even have to download this from the Aquarius application. You know what I'm saying? The Acoustica application where you have to download everything, the download installer. You can download this right from the site. That's solid. I do have to mention that because I hate the Aquarius app manager or plugin manager or whatever you want to call it. But this thing right here, you know, as you see here, you know, you get, you know what I'm saying, your filter, you're going to get your oscillator right here. You get control of your modulation. You have your envelopes over here, and then you have control over your LFOs and stuff down here. I just kind of use this on a bass in that little melody or whatever I put together, that little loop. And I use this bass right here. But there's a bunch of cool sounds in here. So let's go ahead and look here at the factory library. Obviously, you're going to get a bunch of different basses that you can use. So you get a solid sub bass there. Let's see what else we got. So let's go ahead and check out some of these other presets that they have here. Let's go ahead and check out some of these leads. Just pick one at random. So as you can see, you change up the waveform, you're gonna get it to change the sound really quickly. You know, like I said, you got a whole bunch of different controls on here that you can use to form your sound. Let's check out some more presets here. I'm sorry, y'all, my key playing is horrible. They've got drums and percussion. We're not gonna mess with any of that. I'll just hit a couple pads here real quick. All right, let's see what else we got. So you know what I'm saying? Pretty solid little synthesizer. It's got a bunch of cool sounds. It's free. Something else that, you know, you can check out and get going with right away. All right, guys, I don't know how this last story is going to turn out. It is 7:30 in the morning. Y'all already know I'm grumpy. The sun's not out and there's people outside doing lawn service at 7:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday. All right, so the last freebie that I have for you guys today, sorry again if some of that picks up in the audio, but it looks like Hornet Plugins has just released a free mix comp compressor. Let's check it out. So I did not download this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have a lot of, you know what I'm saying, compressors for parallel processing or whatnot. But this one looks like it's pretty solid. You know, you got all the controls that you typically would get in a compressor. You know what I'm saying? And you also have an analog button here too as well. So what they say is Mixcomp is a beginner-friendly plugin that delivers professional results. The intuitive interface is fully resizable and has various themes, light, dark, etc. to blend with your workflow. In addition to producing some of the sound, character, and behavior of vintage analog gear, Hornet Mixed Comp has modern features that ensure the best possible performance. One of the key features is Hornet's Smart Oversampling, which improves the audio quality while keeping the CPU performance in check. Another key feature is the analog saturation mode, which adds subtle harmonic distortion to recreate the classic, warm, and rich sound you'd expect from vintage analog hardware. So I will leave that link below in the description with everything else. But that's what I got for you guys in today's video. Hopefully I can help you guys out with some of these freebies. Most importantly though, hope you guys all have a happy new year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys had some good holidays. Hopefully you guys get to eat good tomorrow and all that good stuff. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time I bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the keys.